Stop the presses. It's been announced. The headline features for Football Manager 2023 have been announced, and today we're going to have a bit of a deep dive into it and having a look at these headline features and what they're all about. Let's dive into it. So first off, we're looking at the squad planner. It's basically a little secret diary, basically, where you can write down what you're thinking in terms of players. You can have your first team player. You could be thinking, he's going to go down the line. Let's put him down to 5th in our rankings here. We can look at some youth players you can bring into this now, sort of thing. With that player be in that position in the future. Shortlisted players as well. You could be looking at a new striker. That new striker, you can basically import into a team via this view and kind of see where they fit, how they match up and compare to other players in your team. But on the plus side as well, you can also do this for future seasons. So let's say so-and-so player's leaving at the end of next season, end of contract, he's refusing to sign a new contract. You can kind of plan your team now how to look without that player. You can remove him, add your shortlisted players in there, or a youth intake player, or any players basically you want to add in there. Just have a look, see how they fit the shape, how they fit the role, the other players around them, how they all gel together. So it's a very good new feature. It's basically somewhere you can just mess around with your squad, adding these new players in, taking players out who could be leaving, and basically looking at the future of your team and the current ability of your team, working out what suits and who fits in where. The scouting centre has been upgraded now to the recruitment focus area, where basically you'll put your assignments in, but in a new feature basically to try and get more out of your scouts, to try and find the best possible player that will suit your system. There'll be 4 key areas in which these players will come back to you over time from your scouts, from these assignments, to basically find the best possible players for you. And over time then you can look at these players and these lists and basically find who best suits your team. Scouting percentages are a thing of the past as well. They are now gone. And of course, player agents, something that got introduced a lot more in FM22. So next up, we're going to look now at the recruitment meeting revamp. There's been a bit of a revamp now, as mentioned in the announcement video from Football Manager. Basically, it's going to be set times of year now when you get these recruitment meetings coming along to you, the start of the season, a few weeks into the season, and just before deadline day. So they're not constantly popping up throughout the year, basically, by the sounds of what I've took from the video. So, a bit more interesting, of course, throughout the year, they're like, we need to sign players in these positions. It could be October. We can't make any signings. They can't join us until later in the season. Unless it's free agents at a lower league level, you kind of stuck with transfer windows. And bearing in mind that you can't make those potential transfers until the window is back reopened. So, on the next key areas, they spoke to the AI animation team and basically went through what has changed there. So, one of the big key things is the animation and AI of managers who actually exist in real life within the game. When you come up against someone like Antonio Conte, they will predominantly go for a tactic that they play in real life. That's never happened to me, but you never know. Where very much now they're based off of what a manager would do in real life situations, what the tactic they would use, who they would aim for in those positions. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if favourite personnel of a certain manager, will they be trying to sign those favourite personnel being based on the manager's AI. So another thing that came up as well was in the tactics, out of possession, there's this low block new feature sort of thing. Basically, it's saying like there's a bit of a counter set into counter-attacking, blocking, and basically defending a lot better. You can see your defence up a lot differently now, so hopefully we'll see a lot more of that within the coming weeks for the game. So of course, we know already about the UEFA Licensing. That was announced the other week, but now we've seen a lot more to that, including the trophies being involved, the actual little stages involved when you're collecting the trophies, of course, as well. When you have the groups drawn, even the team sheets before the matches, there's so much more point in these graphics from these UEFA competitions as well. So I'm very excited to see a lot more of when you're playing these games. I mean, if you can get to the Champions League final, imagine all that stuff there. You can have it in your ear, Champions League music. It's not within the game, don't worry, it's not within the game. But hopefully, anyway, hopefully we'll see trophies this season and getting to experience all these new stages and everything else involved in the UEFA licensing. So we're on to the final 2 features now that have been mentioned within the video released by Football Manager. First off, we're looking at the supporter confidence. It's very similar to the board confidence, which is already within the game, but this is supporter-based confidence, where supporters, however demanding they are, whatever sort of thing they want to see your football play a certain sort of style, of course. Hopefully these don't clash too much with what the board expectations are, but it'd be interesting to see what you get from your supporter groups in terms of going forward. Of course, if you have big supporter groups as well, they'll be set up in this different areas as well, different congregations of groups of fans. So it'd be interesting to see what some of these expectations will be going from your fans going forward. And to wrap things up, the final one that has been announced so far is the dynamic manager timeline, which will come up at the end of the season when you have your end of season review. It'll basically go through all the events that have happened within your managerial career so far. So some interesting events that can pop up there, like new top goal scorer for the club ever, interesting things that you've won if you've won Manager of the Season awards, all that sort of stuff will come along in this kind of like timeline type thread and scroll across the screen. But just quite interesting, to be fair. It'd be interesting to see a full breakdown of everything you've done throughout that season. I know you get little breakdowns in each individual screen, but sometimes it does miss a few bits. This breakdown of every little thing you've done within your save for that season or for the entire save so far will be very interesting to see. So I am very much interested in seeing what happens with that. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you're giving that video a thumbs up down below, subscribing to the channel, and come back for more FM23 news, gameplay, and so much more here on the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.